It's in process right now. Because Camelot takes place in so many different locations, rather than having this grand, huge Camelot castle, the woods, the interiors of different places, working with Brian Mallgrave, we both felt that that would take away from the true story. And that's very important to me, is to make, I want the story to come through as opposed to how grand the set looks. So we've pretty much kept it into a multi-use set that is based on a Celtic design and yet covers many different locations. And we see the grand pageantry of Camelot and many of the castles of that time. But again, in reality and historically, they really weren't. They were cold, they were damp, they were dirty, they were not luxurious in any way. The tapestries that you see hanging were rarely cleaned and were not really there for decoration. They were there to keep the heat in. So it doesn't go into that. In our version, we don't use that.
As far as Camelot and our basic premise for the set, we wanted to do something that was pretty innovative and bring it kind of up to date, but still give homage to the traditional classical musical theater style. So we set it in a fantastical world that intermingles both Renaissance ideas as well as medieval ideas, and then a little bit of fantastical ideas that we created for our own. I think that it's going to be really exciting because this set is probably going to be like no other Camelot, and it really is our own original fresh version. It's very interesting. As far as my research and this time period, we wanted to intermingle some Celtic images, and normally in today's world they're associated a lot with the Scottish aspect. However, when I was researching, I found that the original group of Celtic people actually settled the British Isles even before the Romans or Anglo-Saxons took over. So that made our foundation for the scenic design really make a lot of sense. And then it also gave us some creative license to add that fantasy aspect in as well. I'm just really excited that we're going to take this new approach. I think it will be very innovative and kind of revamp what is known as more as a standard classic, and it will give our own fresh spin on our own production. I think it's really going to be quite beautiful, and I think people are really going to relate to that today's audiences.